Many of you who are following me can feel like we're living in chaotic times. There's wars, there's famine, there's genocide in feeling. There's also maybe people that you don't like in power. There's tax rises, there's all this, it's chaos. There's people getting hurt. I mean, it's a chaotic world, it feels like. But can you find peace regardless of this chaos? Today I'm going to explain exactly how to find that peace living in a chaotic world. And these are the steps that I've taken to find peace in this world, and I hope you find them helpful. If you like spirituality simplified, guys, this is the place for you. Consider subscribing. Now, this is a time where we can take on so much in this world. We take on so much of what's going on. We watch the news, we watch the newspapers. People are saying that it's all part of the design. They're coming to attack us. They're coming to imprison this world. And I have one thing that I want to mention to you before I go into the other details. Are these people a God? Are they gods of you? If you are like me, and you take on the notion that there is only one creative power, and that power is divine love, peace and harmony, then you realize that these people and their actions are meaningless in the whole scheme of things. Now, do not take away from some of the atrocities, but I'm going to teach you how to find peace. And I believe if we truly find peace in this chaos, we can have an effect on this world. Let me cite one thing. There was a meditation event that happened in a city where they got about 100 plus meditators to meditate. The crime rate went down in this world. We can have an effect in that city, we can have an effect on this world if we start to become peace in the chaos. Now, let me talk about it like this. We as humans were never meant to have so much information at our fingertips. We were meant to, as our sort of evolutionary state, just live in small communities where we knew about what the local baker was doing and the milkman, but we didn't know that there was a war happening in China. We didn't know that there was a great famine happening here. Now, it's lovely that the world has become a smaller place so we can help those in need. But I'm going to say this to you. When you hear about the latest famine in a country, what can you as an individual do in that moment? Now, as a collective, hopefully one day by finding peace, we raise the consciousness where there is nothing but love in this world. But we as individuals, I'm talking about today, we take on the pressures of a world that we have no right to take the pressure on. You know what I'm saying? So when you keep watching the news, one of the biggest things I ever stopped doing is I stopped watching the news. I stopped reading the papers. Why? Because one day a businessman said, when I put a load of fear and other stuff on the front page, I sell so many more papers. Now, a lot of people will start to say it's by design. They're trying to put you in fear. They're trying to keep you stuck and trapped. Whether that's the case or not, if there is only one true divine power, then that will never be able to touch you. My point here is I'm trying to say that fear is the illusion that stops you from connectivity. It stops you from connectivity. They often would say, knowledge is power, but ignorance is bliss. We have too much knowledge in this world now, and it's actually not powerful because it's taking away our peace. It's taking away our connectivity. We feel like we live in a world that's against us. It's making you feel like there's nothing you can do and you're powerless. But I want you to hear this today, my friends. You are all powerful. You have the chance to change the world. You have the chance to change your life. And it all starts from within. If you are not spiritually and emotionally centered, learning of all these atrocities can really hit you. It hits you so hard. And then you start to see the ramifications of that in your own life, because what happens within, we see without. We're even taught about it in scriptures. As within, so without. As above, so below. Our inner environment creates our reality. So when we keep watching all these atrocities, all these fear-based propaganda newspapers, we just get so small. Our energy field becomes so small we can't even create. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is what your job is to do is to turn the noise down. Take practical steps to do that first. Don't keep watching the 24-hour news channel. It's the biggest sin that has been brought to the world. 24-hour news. When do they ever tell you of something good that has happened? It's always about what the problem is, what that person did, what this political party did wrong. And it's all affiliated to someone's opinion. So it's never truly unbiased. So you just get hit in the face. And algorithms and all of these things on social media, they are going to keep blasting things at you that keep your attention. Now, why does fear get attention? It's not because we live in such a terrible world. There's so many good things happening every day. The slightest glance, the slightest loving look, the holding of hands, it's powerful things. The giving to the needy. My point is fear gets your attention because when we were evolved to look out for problems to keep us safe, to keep us alive. Now, it doesn't mean that we don't give and give to charities and try and help this world. That's not what I'm saying. But it's not for you to take on all the heavy weight of all these atrocities. Write a letter to the politician that you think could help, and then sit back and say, I'm doing my piece. Do I need to know every single thing about this? You know, it's like, what can I do as an individual? And that weight is what is crushing your spirit. What you do is you give it over to God. We start to find peace in this chaos, and we pray and we claim, I live in a world full of love, a world full of joy. And what you'll start to see is you start to see more joy in your day-to-day life, more love in your day-to-day life. And then you start to realize, I do live in a loving world. People do actually care about each other. People are inherently kind. But at the moment, we're getting pushed back and pushed forth here and there. That person's against me. It was this person's fault. It's these people coming into the country's fault. It's all meaningless and an illusion. It's an illusion of fear. And I've always said, peace is God, fear is the devil. So when we accept fear into our lives, we accept the negative connotations or the devil energy. Now, what I want you to know is it's going to create anxieties, fears, and all of these things within you, okay? Now, that is what in the Bible is known as demonic possession, because you don't have the peace of Christ within you anymore. So you're possessed. So the only way that you're going to find your connectiveness to God or your power to have any effect on this world is to find Christ or peace, because Christ is the Prince of Peace. This is how we find peace in the chaos. So you need to understand, turn off the news. I still know about everything that's going on. I never watch the news. Why is that? Because the things that you need to hear, you will find. But you don't need to be inundated with it. Are you the president of the United States right now? Now, and if you're unhappy with your president, realize that it is the collective consciousness of fear that is bringing these things together. Now, you may love the president, you may not. I don't have an opinion on it because I've let go of that stuff. I don't want to get involved in it in that way. I have one true power that I follow, and I would call it God. So it doesn't matter to me who the president is. It doesn't matter to me who the prime minister is. I can see the discord within my own country of United Kingdom. I can see the pain and the ravages that are going on now as the tabloids keep spreading fear. Fear is the virus. Now we need to come together as a community and realize this. We have to find peace and harmony and balance. Then from there, when you have actual peace in your heart can open up to higher vibrations naturally, like gratitude and love. But we must start to make sure our inner environment is the most important thing. And I choose a level of certain ignorance because it is bliss. Because the true nature of my bubble, of my is my family and my friends. And I want to look after them. And now you have become part of that bubble and community. I want to give to you. And that from there, you then give to someone else. And then that energy goes to someone else. And then it goes through the whole entire communities because of one action. So you finding peace and love and giving can then spread across this globe. But what is being utilized is the power of attention. You see, the reason why these tabloids and these news channels are bringing you fear, because it brings attention. And we live in the world where attention is the biggest currency. It's the easiest way to get someone elected. It's the easiest way to make money. It's the easiest way to keep yourself a billionaire if you are known. Why are these billionaires of companies wanting to be so well known? Why have they still got stories in the tabloids? Because attention is currency, my friends. So let me tell you this. You find peace in the chaos by this. You turn off the news. You stop reading the newspaper. You focus on the small things in life that are beautiful. You work with your fear around subjects. You start to become the observer of the fear and find peace. You start to read spiritual texts and realize the truth of life, that there is one power and it loves us all. It is working and doing this maybe for the greatest good of the divine consciousness of us all. Who knows? But I never say I take away from the atrocities that are happening to actual people in this world. All I'm trying to say to you is, as a human, as our own power, unless you are on the front line of being able to sort these things out, you taking it on like you are that person is harming you, because you are inherently powerless, but not in truth. If you can find peace and love and share that peace and love, you will change the world. So focus on the small communities. We forget about the butterfly effect, my friends. We forget that when we do a small action, it can have major consequences. So start to show love in your community. Start to spread it out. Share your message on YouTube. Write that blog you've always wanted to write. Do the things that share love on a level and see it spread. See it spread. You affect one person. If there's one person on this video that gets truly affected by this, and then they affect someone else, and then they affect someone else, how many tens of thousands to millions of people could be affected by that ripple? Find peace, then you become powerful. Don't take on the chaos. Become the one who observes the chaos within you. Deal with the inner world within you and meditate and let it go. Then pray to that divine presence and claim, I live in a world full of love, joy, peace and harmony. If you would like me to put together or do a live meditation on the peace on this planet, put down a comment down below, because I'll know you've watched the whole video. Comment down below peace, and I'll do a live in the coming weeks where we can all meditate on the joy and love that we want to see in this world. And I'll see you there, guys. Take care and thank you for watching.